the really cool mnemonic to remember these two theories is that when you think of theory X, think of a little stick figure, and the stick figure is going like this. And so basically, someone who is a theory X employee is going to be someone who really doesn't want to work. So basically, they've got not much ambition, they don't want to take on responsibilities, and the only thing they can really focus on is like that immediate individual goal that they've got. And so this is kind of a darker approach or belief of how people operate. And so, the types of managers that are going to be working in these environments are people who believe that their employees are not that intelligent, they're lazy, and they're only working for the money. And so basically, they oversimplify their employees, and they see that they need to be very directly involved with managing their employees and having these very direct rewards or punishments for not doing something. So this is an example of what we see when the overall workforce isn't necessarily all that motivated to perform. And so this is theory X, and there's some approaches to how to implement theory X. You've got the quote unquote hard approach, and this is where these managers are going to be very, very closely supervising their employees. They're going to be intimidating the employees, and there's going to be immediate punishments. And so, if we go back to the Industrial Revolution and the factories that used to exist, where you had these managers that were basically beating up people who didn't do their jobs or showed up late or took bathroom breaks. Like, that is a perfect example of the hard approach to theory X style of management. And so what this results in is a workforce that's very not cooperative, and they're prone to making mistakes, and they're scared, and their managers don't really trust them. And so it's a very kind of conflictive environment. It's a us versus them of workers and managers, and the two sides are always opposing. And so there's a little bit softer approach to theory X, which is going to be you trust your workers more to deliver a high quality product, and you hope that this results in more cooperation. But people will say that this is something that could result in more errors if you don't trust your workers in the first place. So it's very dark and combative. And so basically, theory X, to summarize, is something that managers and some psychologists believe can benefit a workplace that involves assembly line work or manual labor. So these are the times where if your workers are not motivated, like, you really have got to have managers that are on them and making sure that they're getting their work done. And then theory Y is basically the exact opposite of X, which is theory Y is like this person with their arms up like that, and they're really internally motivated. They love their work, they want to better themselves, and you don't need to worry about giving them a direct reward for putting in all their effort. And so I think Silicon Valley and a lot of these other new modern workplaces are very similar to what theory Y looks like, in that you've got a lot of employees, and managers and HR are going to be praising them all the time and saying that people are our most valuable asset, and we want our people to take full responsibility, and we don't need to supervise them as much. And really, the only job of a manager in these types of environments is to approve of the employee's work, to say that what your project is that you're working on these last 2 weeks is in line with what our company needs. And so the other thing here is that managers in these types of environments are generally going to get to know their employees at a more personal level. And it's, instead of being this teacher-based environment where they're telling you what to do and they're telling you how to do it, it's a lot more laissez-faire, in that, like, they'll give you a problem and you try to solve this problem. And I like this term, a pseudo-democratic environment to this workplace. So basically, it's like you feel as an employee like you get to choose what you're doing, and you have a say in things, and you get to design and construct and publish your own work. But at the end of the day, your manager is still kind of the one who's telling you, like, yes, you can do this, or no, you cannot do this, and you have to respect that. And then while theory Y, it seems like, oh, I want to work there, there are some issues with theory Y, in that Giving your employees so much room for doing things on their own, you are opening up the door for more errors in terms of consistency or uniformity in the work, and you're also leading to a lack of consistency in your rules and practices. So you can get very big, ugly end products where you had 8 different chefs who all thought they knew the best way to do something, and they all did it a different way, and none of them ended up doing it the right way. So theory Y is not perfect, but it's one of the different types of workplace environments that we've identified. And so yeah, that's going to wrap things up for McGregor's Theory X and Theory Y. Hope it helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you all for watching.